Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Journey with Janice, where we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly in ourselves and the society around us. And today, I am definitely not speaking for myself. Let me tell you, I am not a single mother, nor am I a single mother by choice. I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts about this community, but I'm going to allow them a chance to speak for themselves, and I want to hear from them why they have chosen this, where they think this is going, how they think this is helpful, and most importantly, why they feel this is a good decision for their child. Not for them, for their child. I can't wait to hear. I hope that at least one of them answers that question. However, probably not. Here's hoping. Let's get into the first video.
So recently, I've gotten a lot of comments asking me about hey, I've seen in a previous video that you chose to be single by choice and to be a single mother by choice. And you're right, I did. When I decided that I wanted to have a baby, I had determined that I was going to have it with or without a partner. And when I got a partner, that was like a deal breaker. Like, I'm going to have children with or without you. So if you don't want to be apart or if you don't want them to be your children, that's okay. I'm going to have this baby with or without you. Though I have a partner, it hasn't changed the things that I want to do for my baby. Whether or not my partner wants to or not, those stipulations are not on him. So I will still be saving for my child's college fund. I will still be saving for their IRA fund. I will still be loving them unconditionally. I will still be going through the trenches with my baby. But I do think that it was important that just because I found someone, that I didn't stop the things that I wanted to do as a single parent. I didn't quit my job or stop trying to provide for my baby the way that I wanted to provide for my baby. I don't hold my standards and expectations on other people. So if you are someone that is choosing to be pregnant by choice with or without a person, I want you to set those boundaries and those lines up early. What is it that as a person raising a child by yourself you want to do for your baby? And if you find someone, stick to your stuff. That has nothing to do with the other person. They're entitled to set their own things or join you because they do have that right as well. But whatever you planned on doing for your baby because you chose to have your baby, do that for your baby. Don't rely on no man, no family, no one else. You got this. I hope that every woman that wants to have a child has a child. Every woman that wants to be a phenomenal mother becomes that phenomenal mother. Whether that's naturally, whether that's through a cesarean, a surrogacy, whether that is through adoption, whether that is through fostering, whatever your desire is, I wish that you get that. It's important. And a bump update, because we are almost 4 months pregnant.
Okay, first off, we have to give this woman props for letting her partner know I'm going to have this baby with or without you and really moving forward in that because he definitely could have noped out. Obviously, but he chose to stay. I appreciate that she talked about all of the wonderful things that she wants to do for her child. And all of those things are well and good. The thing we don't know yet is what that child actually wants. It could be a wide variety of things. People want different things. What if that kid wants their father? Where do we go from here? As women, we try and prepare ourselves as much as we can. We plan, and oftentimes we execute on those plans. But that doesn't mean that we always made the right plan or made the right decision. Yes, you can give your child a trust fund. You can give them a retirement account. You can give them a great upbringing, and you can be there with them through everything. But what if they want their father? And now we just can't give them that. We can give them someone else, which is nice too. But I think as a kid, they may want their dad.
And I am a single mother by choice, meaning I chose to have a baby on my own. I'm 40 years old. I use donor sperm and I had him via IVF. He is 10 weeks tomorrow and he's the best thing that ever happened to me. I wanted to inspire other women who were also thinking about doing this, being a single mother by choice, and are on the fence. My thought process was I have all the time in the world to meet a man but I don't have all the time in the world to have a baby. And when I do eventually, I'm ready to meet someone and I have that energy put out there, it's going to be because I'm just really trying to find the perfect partner for me as a woman, and not because I'm trying to have a baby because time is running out, because I already have one. Um, yeah, I've always been that person that felt like something was missing in my life. And it's not because I'm not fulfilled like within myself, because I've been on a huge emotional healing, self-love, self-reflection, self everything journey for the year before I got pregnant with him. Um, and honestly, having him has fulfilled so many voids in my life. Not that you should need to have a child to fill voids, but it filled a lot of holes in my heart. Another great reason to be a solo mom is you don't have to share him with anybody. I can come and go as I please and do what I want as I please, and nobody's going to tell me what I can and cannot do. And a lot of people have opinions, but it feels nice to say it's my child and only my child, and you can't tell me what to do, and your opinion doesn't matter. I don't have to share him. I don't have to get permission to bring him out of the city and out of the country. He's all mine, all my choices, all mine. I won't sugarcoat it and say it's easy. It's definitely one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, and I had no idea what I was in for until Lily was actually here. Postpartum has been no easy feat, but I'm doing it and I'm thriving, trying to thrive. But for me, it's been very hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. My body hasn't bounced back. My body hurts. He can be fussy a lot of the time, and there's nobody to pass him off to. So it's not easy, but it's totally worth it. So if it's something that you've been thinking about and you're on the fence and you think, well, I'm just going to keep trying to meet somebody, don't put that desperate energy out there of trying to meet someone just for the sake of having a baby. It's never going to work out, and you're going to end up being with someone that's not right for you, and you end up having to share your baby with someone. I mean, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes you meet the best person for you, but it's so empowering to make this choice and to bring a baby on your own in this world as a woman. It was the most beautiful and most empowering thing that I've ever done, and you won't regret it. Feel free to send me any messages or respond here. It's my favorite thing to talk about in the whole world. And I'm actually trying to figure out a way of making it a career of helping other women go through this process. I'm a certified empowerment coach. I'm working on my master's right now. I would love to write a book. I'd love to have a podcast. I'd love to do it all. I love to talk about it. I love to talk about the vulnerability of being a mom. I love to talk about the authenticity of being a mom and postpartum, because it's not all roses. It's freaking hard, but it's so worth it. And I think more people need to talk about the hard shit. Anyways, I'm here to answer any questions. Feel free. Love you all.
That was an overwhelming amount of I statements. It was the whole time. It was, I want to do this and I want to do that. And here's what I want. And I want this baby and I want to have it when I want it. And I want to be able to do whatever I want. What I would love to hear in this video is a reason why they think that this would be a good idea, not for them, but for their child. Because my thought process is, if you have just had a child or you're about to have a child, that we're thinking about what's best for the child, right? Right? And I agree that you can find love at any time, but you can't always have a baby. That is true. But now we're just doing things that are convenient for us. I want to have this baby. I don't want to wait till I have a right partner, and I want to find somebody when I want to, and I want to make all of the decisions. And then she goes on to say that she wants to make it a career. I want to have a podcast. I want to write a book. I want to do this and that. The literal title of her page is now called Life with Luca. She has actually made her entire life around the fact that she had a boy and there is no father in the picture. How is this even happening? And the people in the comments are encouraging, they're clapping along. They're like, wow, I really wanted this. I was thinking about doing this too. What happens when Luca grows up and he has to go to therapy because he didn't have a father? I know as single parents, your thought process is that you want to give your child all the love in the world so that way they do not crave this other person who isn't there, or in some cases never existed in the picture. But the fact of the matter is, any child that does not have the balance of mom and dad in a home is at a disadvantage. You have purposely disadvantaged your child because you wanted a podcast. That's sick and selfish. Here's hoping that little Luca grows up to be not as selfish. Fingers crossed.
I'm a single mom by choice. Of course, people ask me if I use the same donor when they find out I'm pregnant again. I'm a single mom by choice. Of course, my reproductive endocrinologist is the first person I call when I'm ready to have another kid. I'm a single mom by choice. Of course, people tell me they were going to do this too, but then they got into a relationship. I'm a single mom by choice. Of course, people ask me for my embryos as if I signed up for a never-ending pay-it-forward club. I'm a single mom by choice. Of course, random men tell me they would have been my sperm donor when they find out. And thanks. I'm a single mom by choice. Of course, people ask me if they can see what my donor looks like, or if he has more vials available so they can use him. I'm a single mom by choice. Of course, I'm going to tell my kids how they got here. It's not a secret. I'm a single mom by choice. Of course, I blame all her weird traits on my donor, even though they're actually just like me. I'm a single mom by choice. Of course, people ask me about the dad, even though I say donor over and over and over again.
Of course, people are going to ask you about the dad, including your actual children. And I'm glad that you decided you're going to tell them the truth. That is wonderful. It should not be a secret. However, when your daughter finds out that you decided to purposely take away her ability to have a father, do you think she's going to be okay with that? And it's possible. Don't get me wrong. I am literally the product of a single mom. But my mom also wasn't single by choice. She did not take away my ability to have a father's love on purpose. She would not do that to me because she knows that stripping a little girl of a father's love, or them not having it in general, is harmful to her development as a person. And instead of thinking about that, we just thought about all of the quirky little TikToks that we can make about how I'm this and I'm that, while your kid is in the store asking for your attention. Mommy, but you're too busy focusing on yourself, unfortunately. You know who has the opportunity to focus on themselves and kind of, chill out on their kids? People that are raising their children with another adult. You, unfortunately, do not have that luxury. Your child is looking to you 100% of the time because you made it that way. So instead of looking at us, at the camera, go look at the kid because she was asking for you.
For Ebony K. Williams to have a baby on her own, you're a part of the problem. I've seen nothing but women of color at that, who are trying to defend the fact that she should be able to do whatever she wants to do because she's beautiful, she's successful, she has all this money. So she should be able to have a baby by herself if she chooses to. And that's a problem. Again, she's 40 years old, having a child of her own. She obviously has the money, the resources to be able to do this. It's not easy to go through that process and to be able to bring a child into this world. But let's just process that. Making a choice to do it by yourself and not giving your child the best foundation is just not fair to that child. I don't care how you slice it, dice it, how much money you have. If you willingly do this on your own, knowing that it's just you by yourself, no amount of money can make up for that. No amount of money. We see all the women who come on here and talk about how they got daddy issues and they didn't have their daddy and this is why they do this, this is why they do that. What makes you think it's going to be any different for this child? Money does not raise a child. It gives them resources, things that they can do. But again, how do you explain to your child why they don't have a father? Like, who is my father? And again, it's very selfish, very, very selfish, because she decided to make certain decisions in her life and now she's at the point where she decided to have a child by herself, right? She froze her eggs. Back then, whatever she was doing, decided she'll just freeze them and wait until later on. But again, you're not setting a foundation. Women have to stop thinking that money, beauty, like we should just be able to do whatever we want to do because women look a certain way, have a certain amount of access to certain resources. When in fact, what is best for the child? And I don't think many women think about that. So when y'all in the comments, y'all making videos defending it and thinking it should be okay, you're not thinking about a child, but that's the sad part of reality today. People are not thinking about a child's future. You're thinking about in the now, taking the pictures, having a baby shower. But what about when that child comes and they start asking questions when they get to school? Where's my dad? How come my friend, her daddy picks her up? What do you say then? What do you say? If you went to a bank and got what you needed to have this child. It's unfortunate and it's sad that that's how we view things. That just shows the breakdown and the lack of family structure in the Black community.
The most sensible take from this entire video. She explained it perfectly. When your child starts asking all of these questions, looking at other families and wondering why theirs doesn't look like that, what are you going to tell them? According to our last single mother by choice, she is just going to tell them the truth. And for some reason, she thinks that that is going to be enough or good, because unfortunately, the truth is, I decided that you weren't going to have one. Why don't I have a dad? Because I didn't want to give you one. Because I decided I wanted to have you without one. So now you don't have one. And that was my choice, because I'm a single mom by choice. And so when they find out that it was your choice, your decision, you chose to deprive them of a father's love, I can't imagine that that is going to turn out well for your relationship with that child. I am going to give this algorithm one more chance to show me that some of these women are becoming single mothers by choice, not just for themselves, but for their children. And you see how that sentence didn't even make any sense? Because none of this makes any sense. But I'm going to scroll one more time. Here's hoping we find someone sensible.
2018 is a year that I will never forget. I had just turned 29 years old and then also was in a relationship, and we both mutually agreed that it just wasn't for us anymore. I kept going back and forth of, do I enter the dating world again, or do I explore options of becoming a mom? And I knew that you can actually become a mom by yourself, but I didn't know where to even start. Did a lot of research and decided to bring up to my mom and my sister that I wanted to become a single mom by choice, and they were there fully supporting me, and they said, let's do this. Had my first appointment with my fertility doctor, and we went through the IUI process, and we scheduled some labs, and then also talked a little bit about donor purchasing. And then I found out that my insurance didn't cover anything else past that. So I was really bummed, but I kind of took that as a sign as, you know what, maybe there's something else out there for me. So I continued to date. And in the meantime, I did get another job, which had better insurance, which I also found out covered a lot more. So it was 3 years later, and I decided, you know what, at the age of 34, I was going to possibly try this again. So I made yet another appointment, and I'm so glad I did, because my insurance ended up covering so much more than I expected. So yeah, that's my journey.
And again, for the stunning fourth time in a row, we find a woman who is a single mother by choice spouting a bunch of I statements. Not anything about how this is going to be good for her child. Not talking about how she plans on incorporating men into her child's life so that way they can have a little bit of balance. Not talking about who she plans on being her child's godfather so that way they can help them throughout this journey. Nothing. No. It's about me and my journey. And look at me on my shopping trip today. That is literally what your child's life is about. That is what your child's life is going to be about. You, and you. You doing things that are convenient for you at a time that works for you without consideration for anyone else, including your own child. And that's sad. Honestly, y'all, I'm going to have to stop the video right here because I truly cannot take it anymore. The level of self-absorbed selfishness has really gotten to a peak. It has. And I refuse to participate in this any longer or give these women any type of platform, because they're already using their platform to talk all about themselves, so I don't need to do it on mine. My final point in making this video, and the only thing I really want you to take away, is that children do better when they have both parents. And you purposely taking away your child's ability to have two parents because you wanted to make all the choices yourself, or you wanted to find a time that's convenient for you, or you wanted to be a selfish bitch. I'm sorry, you all didn't say the last one. I did. And I said it with my whole chest. As someone who was raised by a single mother, I cannot fathom my mom purposely doing this to me. And the fact that you all are so comfortable doing this to your children, taking away their ability to have a two-parent household, just because you felt like it, is absolutely diabolical. I wish you all nothing but the best for your children and nothing but the worst for yourselves. And that's it. Tell me how you feel about it down in the comment section below. Are you a single mother by choice who has a problem with my entire video? Or are you someone with actual common sense that just thinks, oh, a child would probably be better having mom and dad? And if they can't have that for some reason, that is unfortunate, but we shouldn't purposely do it, because that wouldn't make any sense. Please also let me know that down in the comments below, because I would love to hear that I'm not crazy for thinking this. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to look at some of my other videos. I will be posting more very, very soon, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.